So let's start our trading today. I have already analyzed and selected all the currency pairs with the most optimal movement pattern and payout percentages. You can see this selection in front of your eyes, and let's analyze the following indicators today. This is a weighted moving average with a period of 15, a fractal with default settings, the CCI oscillator with a period of 10, and the MACD oscillator with periods of 5, 7, and 10. I think there should be no questions about trading. I will try to explain each trade in detail. Today, we will focus on both the trend and the formation of local highs, and we will also monitor the price volumes and observe the oversold and overbought areas. In general, we will focus on all indicators. I think trading will be interesting. So let's get started, and I'll pick the first currency pair and start with a $900 deal. And here I will open a deal to increase in the direction of the actual trend dynamics. We have an upward trend. Let's highlight the working area. First of all, there is an intersection of the weighted moving average from bottom to top. I also see the appearance of upward volumes here. The moving lines of the MACD are also directed upward, as is the moving line of the CCI oscillator. It should enter the overbought area. So I think further upward dynamics should still be present. Let's look at the result of the first trade about 10 seconds before its completion. And the first deal close is an A+. Overall, the upward trend continued and everything happened as I said. The deal was absolutely correct and I'm making a profit. Let's change the amount of the deal value. I'll bet $801 and I'll open 2 deals for the entire amount of my balance. Let's continue, and I'll select the next currency pair. And let's try to open 2 deals here to increase. A relatively good entry point just the same. I think that a small price pullback should form. And here, the opening occurs against the trend direction, as I said earlier. We have a good touch point. From these price levels, the movement was pushed back and went up. Here also, the formation of a local minimum on the fractal should occur. An exit from the oversold area on the oscillator and also a reversal of the moving averages on the second oscillator. In general, that is why I opened the deal here to increase. There are 10 seconds left before they are completed. And the deals are closed without any problems. Plus, excellent trading. I am completely satisfied with the result of trading. Literally in 3 trades here is such an excellent profit using these indicators. Let's fix it and proceed to the conclusion. The profit amount will be $19.99. The withdrawal operation is being successfully performed. This is how the trade turned out. If you still have any questions regarding the use of these indicators or in the entirety of this strategy, then according to the description under the video, you can always find a link to my Telegram and ask any question you don't understand. And now let's move on to the second one, sessions. So let's start the second session. I have already analyzed and selected all the currency pairs with the most optimal movement and payout percentages. In fact, you can see them in front of your eyes. And after analyzing the movement, I came to the conclusion that today we will use a channel indicator, namely Bollinger Bands, with a period of 13 and a deviation of 2, a fractal with default settings and 2 RSI oscillators. We will have the first one with a period of 5, the second one with a period of 10. We leave the overbought and oversold area by default with values of 70 and 30. I've done a detailed analysis, so I'll be absolutely confident in my trades and start with a 1,000 deal. So let's get started and choose the most optimal entry into the deal. And let's open a downside deal here. I'm focusing solely on the trend and the dynamics of pullbacks in this price area. Let's highlight the working area. I turn my attention first to this pullback and see that the pullback force reaches the moving average of the channel indicator, which is exactly what happened here. We also have a new local at most. It has already formed more precisely. And I assume that our further dynamics should go down. Let's look at the result of our first transaction here, about 15 seconds left before its completion. And the first deal is closing in A+, an excellent result. The movement is quite stable now, yes, without sudden impulses, but nevertheless, the correct opening level and the timing of the transaction opening led me to my current success. I will change the amount of the transaction value. I will put 966 and open 2 transactions for the entire balance, namely for the amount of 192020. Let's get started, and we will select the following currency pair. And here I will open 2 deals to increase. Again, the movement on this currency pair, as in the previous one, is quite stable. The upward dynamics in the opening occurs in the direction of the trend. Let's highlight the workspace. First, I will note the exit from the oversold zone on both oscillators. Also, earlier we had a pullback of dynamics. Movement, the lower moving average of the channel indicator has been touched. The fractal should be updated, and it shows us this updating the local minimum and further dynamics. I think we should go further up the trend. We are watching the result of 2 trades. And as I said, our further dynamics should go up. In fact, what you just saw in front of your eyes, and I closed the final trades in a plus and the final ones, because today I am absolutely satisfied with the profit of my trade. So I will fix it, and let's move on to the conclusion. The amount of today's profit will be $24.76. The withdrawal operation is being successfully performed. This is how trading turned out today using these indicators. In general, it was not difficult. I would even say very simple. The use of these indicators is also not a difficult task, but if you still have any questions about their application or the application of this strategy, then in the description below the video, you can find a link to my Telegram and ask any question you are interested in. Of course, good luck with trading, and see you soon.